Hi everyone, welcome back, and yeah, we're working on the AKM again, of course. I've been waiting so long to do this, I want to get it done. And today we're going to be fitting the Arron Smith front end, or better known as the SAG. Don't really know the backstory behind SAG, but saw the rail and I was like, everyone's fitting the short M-Lock DITAC kits, like the SLR kits, and I want to be a little bit different. Not saying that people out there don't have this kit. I hadn't seen one yet, so that's what I'm going for. Don't know how to fit one of these kits, just going to do it the same as stock. Do it as I'm going through it with you guys, and we'll see how far we get. I think a lot of it's pretty much straightforward AK stuff. Drop this off, drop that off, little lever here, that'll probably come forward, drop the handguard off, so yeah. Not incredibly complicated. How the front of this comes off, I'm not too sure. So let's pull the... Can we pull the guide rod out? I don't think it's going to want to do it. We're going to have to get to behind here to remove that. Usually these guide rods just push out. Maybe it's just being a bit tight. Yeah, there we go. So remove that. Couple of Allen keys. We'll remove the flash hider as well. We might have to pop some pins out. Remove that. Then we'll have to pop those pins out. So let's secure the barrel there. Figuring out which way these pins drop out. Let's try again. There we go. That rear one might be a fake pin, judging by the way it's reacting. That can come out. We haven't completely extracted that pin, but it will slide off now. So the rear pin is a fake. It's quite something that happens quite a lot with Marui. No problem there whatsoever. That's out. Are you going to be a 1.5? Let's find out. Yep, we're a 1.5. Let's remove that one. And we'll remove that front pin. Let's do it the same way. Give it a smack. Doesn't want to come out that way. Let's flip it over. Yep. For some reason that one comes out the opposite way. No drama. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Surprised this isn't scratching the barrel. Remove that off, that's all out. And then I presume we need to pop that pin out. And maybe that one. So that one looks like it comes out that way. Let's get a bigger actual pin punch, because you always pay attention to these pins, because if you see the knurling, I'm not sure if that one is going to need to come out. So let's remove the rear sight here. Is there anything hidden behind there? Don't think so. Looks like that's a pin, but I don't want to damage it. There's two bolts in there, in here, so it's probably going to be a 4mm. I am correct. let's remove those. 1, 2. One and 2. There we go. Let's be careful with that. Quite easy, to be honest. Let's set that receiver to one side. Pretty straightforward. 2 bolts. So we have a screw up here holding that in. Oh, that just pulls out, so that's all right. A tiny little barrel. See how long the standard barrel is. I imagine that's how they keep the power down. So we've got a thin pin there. So have a look at the upgrade barrel. So it looks like we've got something that holds it in there. Remove this screw. Let's get a bigger screwdriver. So yeah, I've never took one of these AKMs apart to this stage, so I'm learning as much as you guys. Loosen that off. There's a little grub screw up here that I missed. That's no problem. No problem at all. Bit of a scratch on the barrel. Neither here or there. We're not going to be using it anyway. That little plastic block just pops off there. Right. So we're probably going to need this little plastic block off here. Push, push, push. There we go. I imagine that just acts as a spacer to remove any slop in the barrel. Right, that was a pain in the arse. Let's get this little plastic bit fitted into this barrel. We'll give it a tappy tap. Superb. Slide this in now. Yeah, that seems to have pulled it into position. So there's the barrel fitted. I imagine we'll be using a lot of the standard fixings, because I don't think any fixings came in the box. Literally just had the front sight post, which, to be honest, looking at it, it's just a couple of grub screws on the bottom. So that would just fit on there like so. There's nothing. What would have been nice from them is if they'd just put 2 machining parts in there for the screws to go into, so you can secure it straight. I really don't like front sight posts or gas blocks for AKs where they don't have that, because it's a pain to sort of get set in the right place, and these can move over time. I'll just hope that the front rail system that we're going to fit holds it in place. Maybe we'll find out together. It would have been an ideal time to put the BAVTAC nub in this. I just don't have one yet, but perhaps we'll leave it for now and we'll do this all as one go, as taking the hop apart, fitting the new hop and barrel, and putting the BAVTAC nub in there. So perhaps we'll save that for a future video. So that can go. Oh, I've just knocked the latch. That can go back in. Just sits into place like that. Once that's all back in, we'll secure the barrel with the grub screw. Don't forget that one if you're fitting it. Pop that back on there. I didn't need to take that off. So I imagine we can fit all this back together now. I think the handguard kind of clamps over everything, so we shouldn't have any issues there. Let's put this back into position. And we just slide it in there, and we've got the 2 4mm Allen bolts. Let's get the 4mm. These still have a fair amount of Loctite left on them, so I'm going to leave them as they are. I am still waiting on the pistol grip, which, who knows, hopefully it will come this coming week. But when you order stuff from Brown, sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes a bit longer. This pin, which way did we pop this out? We hit that flush. It's all now stuck in there. Right, I think now we can get into the meat and potatoes with this thing, which is the exquisite SAG rail from Arron Smith, or CNC Tack, or Die Tack, or whatever they want to call themselves. They always change the names, don't they? I'm pretty sure they're all the same people, but I have been wrong before. I think this slides in from the front, so I'm just going to back those off. I think they just slide in, but the ones at the back, they're going to have to come all the way out, I think. So 1 and 2, this is a 4mm. It's a through and through pin, which is a pain, because how are we going to knock that out? I don't want to damage the threads. Right, it needs to be bigger to pop that pin out. Right, tap that pin out. I think that's all that was holding this in. Yeah, there we go. So, if you're taking this apart, there's a hidden pin there. Just be careful not to damage the threads as you do it. Right. Whew. There's a lot of bolts on here. That looks like the bolt replaces that pin, which we'll have to tap that back out again. Let's get this thing apart. 3mm, 3mm. This thing's going to be rigid as heck because the amount of fixings on it. Keep those separate. There's the plate. Hoping we can leave that all together and we won't have to take it apart further. So we're going to have to remove that again. A lot of tappy-wacky in this video, I do apologise. Right, that's out. We take this plate again, I think still a 3mm. Yep, 3mm screw. That one out, 3mm screw. That one out. Pop this through there. Just need to be whacked in. Here we go again. Just like that below. That will move up into position, I hope. Looks to be slightly off. One and two. That went in easy enough, didn't it? And this one. Easy enough as well. Get one beefier 3mm. Get off. Right, that's tight. In position. This will just slot over. We're going to have to remove that. I think so. Is that easily removed? Yeah. So we need to pull that. Oh, there we go, that's out. Is that going to come out? roller ball out with the spring. So you will have to remove that. Anything else? We have to remove the rear sight as well. Oh, again, I'm doing this with no instructions. There we go. So now we can get this thing screwed together. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The fact they have to put for airsoft use on everything. Can you not just put it on the inside where it's not on show? Tighten, tighten, tight and tight. So that's that bit fitted. I think we're good to go there. Rear sight will then sit into place. There we go. And now we can put this bit on, hopefully. Slides on the front there. I don't like the fact that this has a pin that has to go through it. But if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. We'll put a bolt all the way in. And then we'll use the 3mm as a pin punch. No, 4mm as a pin punch. There we go. That's in. Where's all this orange dust coming from? Is it coming from the rail fixings? Who knows? Right. 4mm bolt. In. Other side. In. Front. The inner barrel still only comes to about here, but again, I don't want to elongate it and have an issue where the gun fires hot. So his rear bolts up. That is absolutely solid. Can we get the bolting easy with this on? You're going to tell me now we can't get the bolt in. Oh. You can, but it's difficult. Yeah, that is, you're not pulling these parts out easily with this rail fitted. And I'm hoping that doesn't become an issue either. Spring guide. Recoil spring, that goes in. Top cover. Oh God. You might have found the downside to this rail set. We might have found its Achilles heel. Yeah, if you're fitting this rail, or you're thinking of fitting this rail, bear in mind, if you want to get your bolt in and out and your top cover on, you're going to have to mess about with your rail to be able to do that. Yeah, you've got that metallic rubbing noise. I mean, who knows, the gas block might pull that down a little bit, maybe. All the bolts. That go in there now, and that's going to pull all that down, I think. Now I'll have to set up the front sight. 2mm. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. Hopefully now that sets everything in place. I think it does. So perhaps that's what the issue was. I'm hoping. Yeah, it's gone now. So fit the iron sight in first before you screw all this together. You think even if these companies don't want to fit like just an instruction packet in, they'll just say, look, when you're fitting this part, make sure you fit this part first. It's got rid of that horrible noise now. Handguard on. That goes in. Drop that bolt on the floor. Oh. Tap that pin in. Luckily we don't have the for airsoft use only sticking out, which is probably why they put it there, so you wouldn't see it. Tighten it up. What I will say is this thing is rigid, which is exactly what I wanted. Flash hider, put the old one on for now. Which fits in a different angle, but neither here or there. Whew. So we just need to get rid of this part, and we need to put an optic on there. So there it is together. We need a red dot sight of some kind, don't we? Looks like I'm gonna have to invest in some more red dot sights, because I'm back onto switching them around with each other. This probably won't suit it, but just so it's not empty space. Oh. Yeah, I don't know where this orange dust came from. It's got to have come from this, because I haven't touched anything else. And there, is the AKM. So this is going to get changed. That'll be a modern one. But look at that front end. And you know, we can put an optic on there, and it won't sort of be bouncing all around the place with the recoil. Let's do a quick in the arm check. It's definitely heavier, but it's good to go. Yeah, that is cool. That is modern, that is cool. It's not going to be ready till we fit this part. Gonna have to get it all apart again when we do the barrel and hop upgrades. I'll do that in a separate video, just because this one's been probably hours long. I'll try and chop and change it down as much as I can. But now we've got some rail space for goodies. We've got some rail space here for some goodies. I know Bavtac's getting a Somo gear order in soon, so perhaps have like a nice N-gal on there or something. And yeah, we could fit a suppressor. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what I'll do, just so I don't get asked after the fact. We'll put this 762 suppressor on there, and see how it fits. I mean, in the all black theme of this build, it does kind of go with it, but it's now making the rifle super long. Is it aligned? It looks aligned, but yeah, I'm not sure. Is it going to be too big? It does look very, very cool, but with this rifle, I wanted to keep the profile down and have it as a loud gun. So, you know, up for debate. Let me know what you think in the comments below. At this point, I just want to go sit down and have a beer. But even with that orangish bronzish flash hider, maybe, who knows. That is how you fit your Arron Smith rail, or the SAG rail, or the CNC tack, die tack, EMG, no not EMG, whatever you want to call it, rail. Stock's on, rails on, starting to look cool. We've got rid of the plastic bits. I would like to try the new AKX mags, the polymer ones, and see what they look like. There's obviously empty space up here because we don't have a railed top cover. We've got it fitted into the rail, and that is solid. I'll play around with a few red dot choices, and obviously the grip will get changed later date. I'm going to go have a sit down, have a beer now. Suggest you do the same if you haven't been already with this long video. And from me and Bench, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.